Hello students, welcome to my channel Computer Science Made Easy. This is a tutorial for class 8. In this session, we are going to learn about first chapter, that is networking concept. So, topic for today is networking devices. So, the various networking devices that we have in our syllabus is repeater, hub, bridge, switch, router, gateway and modem. So, let's start with the very first networking device, that is repeater. Okay, before starting with the devices, let's revisit the previous concept about LAN. LAN stands for Local Area Network. LAN stands for Local Area Network. Basically, it is a group of devices. LAN is a group of devices, such as devices can be such as computers, servers, printers, etc., which are located in a same building, such as in office or home, in a close proximity to each other. The range of a LAN lies between 0 to 10 kilometers. Means what is the expansion, up to what point I can expand my local area network? That is up to max is 10 kilometers. Length of a LAN is limited by the length of a wire. So in order to increase the length of a LAN, you need to connect 2 or more LANs. So in order to connect 2 or more LANs, we need some device to connect those 2 LANs. That device is called as repeater. Right? So let's understand it with some example. There are 3 or 4 buildings in a school campus. Suppose there is a network of computer in every building. Now you want to join network of computer in one building to the network of computer which is in the other building, and I want to form a LAN of these 2 networks. Now what is the problem? The problem is electrical signals become weaker as it travels long distance, which imposes a limit on length of a LAN. Now see, whenever we send some message, what happens? That message gets converted into signals in form of electronic signals. Now there is a general tendency of electrical signal to become weak as it travels the long distance. Fine. So what is the limitation now? If I want to connect 2 LAN, so what is the problem? If I connect 2 LANs with any device, there is a tendency that my signal may become weak. If I suppose I'm transmitting some message, that message get converted into analog signal, and that analog signal will be transmitted further into the other LAN. Clear? So now what happens if there is if I do not connect these 2 LANs with repeater, there is some other device. Since the signal is weak, maybe the receiver is not be able to receive the proper message. Why? Because the signal is weak. Clear? It may lose some information in the weak signal. That is why we are using repeater. Why we are using repeater? Distance limitation in local area network. In order to increase the distance of a local area network, I want to expand the length of local area network. So in order to expand the length of local area network, I am going to use a device called as repeater. Clear? Now repeater connects 2 or more LANs in 2 or more than 2 LANs together. Now what is the job of repeater? It is used to regenerate the signal over same type of network before signal becomes too weak. Clear? So now see, let's see it with some example. Now suppose this is my one network 1. Suppose this is my building 1. As we have discussed, this is building 1 of my school, and this is building 2 of my school. It is having one local area network, it is having some network. I want to connect these 2 networks. So what is the device that I am going to use? Repeater. Now see what happens. Suppose some host from this network want to send some information to the other host in other network. What will happen? Now suppose information has been sent, now it will come to the repeater. repeater will receive the signal. What happens when we send the message, it got converted into analog signal. As the signal travels, some noise will get mixed with the message. Now what is the job of repeater? It receives the signal, it will clean the signal. How? It will remove the noise out of it, and it will strengthen the signal, and then it will retransmit it to the other network. That is the job of repeater. As the name indicate, it will retransmit the signal after strengthening it and in removing the noise out of that signal. Clear? Okay students, next device is hub. Okay, now what if I want my incoming signal to be distributed to more than one network? Suppose this is my incoming signal. If I want to distribute it to more than one network, in that case, what is the device that I am going to use? See, in case of repeater, repeater is able to connect only two networks, network 1 and network 2 in case of repeater. But what if I want to send signal incoming from one network to more than one network? In that case, we are going to use a device called as hub. So let's see. Basically, hub is a networking device that is used to connect multiple computers and computing devices directly to network by using cable. So when I want to connect more than one computer or more than one network directly by using cables, then what is the device that we are going to use? Hub. Now what happens when hub receives data at one of the ports? It distributes data to all the other ports in a network. Now before explaining it further, let me tell you what is port. Have you seen that in any device in your telephone there is something like this is here in which you insert a wire? Clear? So that is basically a port. Suppose this is a device called as hub. Inside this, some connecting point are there in which you are going to insert a wire. This is called as port. So port is basically a connecting point or connection point on electronic or networking device. It provides connectivity between devices. If I want to connect two devices with each other or more than two devices, then through port I am able to connect those two devices. So now what is hub? When hub receives data at one of the ports, what happens if hub is able to receive data at one of its ports? See, hub has different ports. Now what happens when it receives data at one of its ports? It will distribute data to all the other ports in a network. Clear? Or it distributes data to all the devices which are connected to through that port in a network. Let's understand this with the diagram. Now inside hub there is a repeater. Inside hub there is a repeater. Here there is one hub. It has received signal from one network. Now it will send the signal to all the other networks which are connected to it via ports. Clear? Now see, through hub either I can connect different devices or maybe individual computer through cables directly. That is called as hub. Clear? Let's see the other device, bridge. Okay, now bridge is again a networking device which is used to connect more than one networks. Clear? Now what is the difference between bridge and hub? Bridge is more intelligent as compared to hub. Bridge, let's see. Now bridge has only two ports. It is more intelligent than hub as it has ability to filter packets. How? What is the meaning of filtering of a packet? What is packets? Let's see. Now suppose A wants to send message to D. A wants to send message to a computer device D. What will happen? All the computers and some network is connected via hub. Now A is a sender and D is a receiver. A has sent message to D via hub. Now A will send message to hub. Now what hub will do? Since hub will distribute the incoming packet to all the devices, to all the ports. What hub will do? When hub receives data, see, when hub receives data at one of the ports, it distributes data to all the other ports in a network. Now when hub will receive a message from A, it is going to distribute this message to all the other ports. So was it required to send message to B and C? No. Why? Because only D was the intended receiver, but who else has got the message? B and C. So it will create a traffic problem in a network. In order to avoid this traffic problem, we have shifted to one more intelligent device, that is called as bridge. Bridge is more intelligent than hub. Now what will happen in case of bridge? Let's understand this with the analogy. Suppose there is a postman in your area and he wants to give some courier to to one address in your street. What if postman does not know the address of that particular person to whom he want to deliver that courier? He will get confused. Similarly, in order to give that courier to particular person, he should know the address of that receiver. Clear? So bridge is an intelligent device. What is the intelligence of a bridge? As I've just told you, A belongs to LAN 1, means there is some network and A belongs to that network, and there is some network LAN 2 to which D belongs. Clear? Now A wants to send message to D via bridge. What will happen? Bridge is intelligent device. Now as soon as all the devices will get connects to the bridge, it will check their addresses. It will learn their addresses. It will be able to remember the addresses of all the host or computer devices in a network. What happens in networking? Basically, any computer gives some message. That message is divided into small parts. Clear? That message is divided into, suppose A has sent some message. Now what will happen? This message will be divided into small parts. Each small part is called as packet. Clear? So packet by packet, the message is being delivered to the other host, not the full message. Each message will be divided into small parts called as packet, and each packet is delivered to the host via these devices. So now what will happen? Bridge is an intelligent device. It knows the sender address and the receiver address. So since bridge knows the sender and receiver address, when A will send the message to the bridge knows to whom he has to send. Instead of sending the message to all the other hosts, it will send in a particular network in which that host reside. So now see, bridge has only 2 ports. It is more intelligent than hub as it has ability to filter packets. Here packets, now you know what is packet. Small part of message is called as packet. Clear? Now filtration means bridge knows to whom he has to send the packet. This device is intelligent, so it knows who is the receiver. So it will filter to whom it has to send, and it will send that packet to particular receiver, not to everyone. Like hub was sending the packet or the message to every other port, but the bridge will send it to the intended receiver. Clear? So it knows the source address and destination address, and so it sends data packet to the intended port. Intended means who wants to take the message, who wants to receive the message. Now it connects fewer networks compared to switch. Now what is the drawback of bridge? It connects fewer ports as compared to switch. Now switches are basically multi-port bridges. Means when a bridge is intelligent. Now what is the functionality of bridge? Bridge is more intelligent. It knows the source address and the destination address. Now switch are basically multi-port bridges. Now how many port does a bridge have? Only 2. So switch is a multi-port. It has more than 2 ports. It is faster than bridge. It is aware of the addresses assigned to each of its port. Means this functionality is same as that of bridge. Bridge knows the addresses. It is also aware of the addresses assigned to each of its port and sends incoming data only to the intended port. Clear? Since it is faster than bridge, so it is used when network contains large number of devices to maintain the speed of communication between the devices. Clear? The difference between switch and bridge is bridge has only two ports, but it has ability to filter the packets, same does it have, but it is slow as compared to switch. Clear? So let's move to the next device, is router. It is a network device that forwards data packet from one network to another. Means it is again a networking device which forwards data packet incoming from one host from one network to the other host in the other network. As the name suggests, it creates a routing table. Router means it is going to create a table in which it is going to calculate the routes. Routes means route of distance between two hosts. Distance between every two hosts, that is the route. As it knows address of all the hosts in the network and gives the best route or path to a packet so that it can reach the intended port in a less time. Clear? It plays a vital role in controlling the traffic and keeping the network efficient. Let's understand it with some diagram. So now router. I have a router. 4 different type of networks are connected to the router. This is local area network 1, it is local area network 2, it is local area network 3, and this is wide area network. This is wide area network. So let's understand. Suppose there is a host A from LAN 1. This host wants to send message to this network, that is wide area network, to D. Now it will send it to D via router. Now see what is the job of router. What will happen? Router will forward the data packet which it has collected from a host from LAN 1 and it will forward to D in WAN. As all the networks are connected to router to its port, what will happen? Router is going to create a table. Router is going to create this type of table in which it is having a names of all the host, source addresses and destination addresses. Clear? Now what it will do? It will calculate the path. It will calculate the path or shortest distance, you can say. It will calculate the path or shortest distance and it will write the distance from A to B. It will write the source address, destination address, and it will calculate the path from A to B, A to C, A to D, and all. Clear? So depending upon the shortest route it has to follow, it will send the packet to that path. So that is router, means it is going to give a route or path to each of the data packet from sender to receiver. Clear? This was router. So let's read it again. As the name suggests, it creates a routing table as it knows addresses of all the hosts in a network and gives the best route or path to a packet so that it can reach to our intended port in less time. Since now we have more than 2 or many number of networks are connected to the router, so it is a possibility that there is a lot of traffic. Maybe at one point of time more than one host wants to send data to many receivers at the same time. So there is a traffic. In order to send it to send the packet in less time, what router is going to do? Router is going to calculate the shortest path and it will send that data packet through shortest path. It plays a vital role in controlling the traffic. How? It is providing the shortest path to all the data packets which are incoming towards it. So it is controlling the traffic and keeping the network efficient. Clear? That was all about router. Now let's move to the next device. The next networking device is gateway. As the name indicates, it is a passage. Passage means some which allows something to pass. Now what is the need of gateway? Basically it is used to connect two network together that may work upon different networking model. Now see, there are many type of networking models, means there are many type of technologies that we follow in order to form a network. Many different type of networking architecture. Clear? One maybe means this in this network architecture there are some set of rules that it has to follow while communication. In ATM there are some other set of rules that some devices has to follow in order to communicate with each other. Clear? So there are different type of network architectures. Now what happens with the gateway? I have this networking device gateway. Here I have a network which is based on TCP IP architecture, and here I have a network which is based on ATM architecture. Now here router fails to communicate between two different network architecture. Router, if I connect router in between these two technologies, router is not able to work. Then what is the thing that is able to work? Gateway. Gateway is a device that helps us to connect two networks based on the different networking architecture. Or in the simpler terms, you can also take, suppose you want to connect intranet with internet, then what is the efficient device that can let you communicate? Gateway. Since rules that TCP/IP architecture, this sort of architecture is going to follow, is different from this networking, this network architecture. Clear? So when whatever message that it will send to the gateway, gateway will receive it, understand it, gateway will receive it, understand it, and it will convert it into a form in which ATM can understand, in which this type of network can understand. It will send it to this. Clear? So now see this. It basically works as a messenger agent. Now what is the job of messenger? It take the message from one person, translate it. If the other person is not able to understand the message, messenger will translate that message and then it will give that message to the other person. Similarly, it basically works as a messenger agent, means it takes data from one network, interpret it and transfer it to the another network. Let's understand this with the example. Suppose here I have a network in which N1 which follows networking the architecture of TCP IP. It is a don't bother what is it, just this protocol. It follows TCP IP, some set of rules which belongs to TCP IP category, and it is different from this protocols which are followed by this category which is called as ATM. These are just the networking architecture through which some devices can communicate. Means these are the networking architecture which provides some protocols or set of rules in order to let all the computing devices communicate with each other within among a network. Clear? Don't bother what is it, just understand the role of gateway. Now see, this is network 1 and this is network 2. Now there is a host, suppose host E. E wants to send message to I. E wants to send message to I. Now what is it? Is a sender and I is receiver. Now understand the job of gateway. E belongs to network N1, which and network N1 follows TCP/IP network architecture. Now E will send message to gateway in the form which E is going to send the message to gateway in a form which TCP/IP is going to allow it. Clear? Now message has received to the gateway. What gateway will do? Since gateway can understand both the networking architecture ATM and TCP/IP, so gateway is going to receive the message. It is going to take the message from E. It will convert the form of data packet or message into the type of message which host I from this networking architecture can understand. After taking the message from E, before sending it to I, it will convert that message into so that I can understand it, and then it will send it to network N2. Clear? Since it is used to communicate between different type of networks, it is also called as a packet converter. Packet means a data packet. Packet converter means it is able to convert, takes the packet from here and it just convert it into the form in which this receiver can understand it. So it is also called as a packet converter. Clear? I hope the things are clear to you. Let's move to the another networking device. The next networking device is modem. Now understand this. Modem Modem basically consists of two terms, modulator and demodulator. Clear? Now see what happens within a network. How does network form? Previously we used to had a broadband network. You might have heard about broadband. Broadband means a network, wired network. Clear? Means that you had a computer or desktop or laptop at a home, and there were telephone lines. People used to connect to the internet via telephone lines, right? So what used to happen during those days? How does communication take place between via telephone lines? What happened? Since telephone is an electronic device, it is going to understand analog signal. Analog signal means just electrical signal, right? And computer understands a binary language, ones and zero. So in ones and zeros means it is this form of and ones and zeros, basically 1 0 1 0, this is basically is this is called as digital signal. This is called as digital signal. So telephone line is just a wire, so it will receive an electric signal, or it will understand the electric signal. So means that signal is called as analog signal, and computer understand ones and zero form, and ultimately those ones and zero are converted into these type of signal. This signal is called as a digital signal. So what is the job of modem? Now suppose this telephone has received message from some computer. It wants to send that message to this computer A. It has received message from some host or computer within a network, and it wants to send message to A. Now what will happen at the ground zero, at the basic level? What is going to happen? The telephone lines, see it after receiving the telephone lines are going to produce analog signal. It will go and since computer can understand digital signal, so some converter is needed in order to convert analog signal to digital signal. Some converter is needed. That converter is modulator. Means we are going to use a box. A box is there between telephone and a computer, which is going to convert analog signal. This is my analog, which is going to convert analog signal into digital signal. Clear? So what is there? An box is there which is going to convert analog signal into digital signal. And suppose A has read the message in form of digital signal. Now A will respond back. Now what will happen? After receiving the message, A will send a reply back to the some other host in a network. So A is going to generate a digital signal again. After generating the digital signal, it will receive to a box. That box is called as demodulator. Clear? So demodulator will receive the digital signal from the laptop or computer, and it will convert that digital signal into analog signal, and it will give it back to the telephone lines, and so on. This is how communication happens. So when we combine both of these, modulator and demodulator, in one box, it is called as modem. What is the job? It enables you to connect your computer to available interconnection over existing telephone lines. This is how we are communicating. Two or more than two computers are communicating via telephone lines. Now it converts digital signal, means in form of zeros and one, which computer understands. It converts digital signals of computer into analog signals to enable transmission via telephone lines. Clear? I hope the things are clear to you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have really enjoyed it, please share with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon for the next videos. Thank you.